All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome into today's edition of In the Game. And we are looking at $61,000 Bitcoin as of recording this. To think that people called this a sell the news event with the ETF, with the halving around the quarter, with all the stuff going on with the rates, everything just added up to a perfect storm for Bitcoin to be rallying like it is. And we're going to go over the gaming markets in this show. Is an altcoin rally imminent? And I do think it's coming. The money trickling into Bitcoin, a lot from the ETF, but a lot of liquidity could be looking to pivot after this massive move, 7% in one day. And over the weekly, a 20% move on Bitcoin. Like, this is unprecedented. We're going to go into some of the news in the gaming space and some tokens that I think are still undervalued. So without further ado, let's get in the game. And as always, guys, drop down, hit that like and subscribe. We are trying to hit that 100K before the end of March. So we have a month. We're trying to hit 100K subs. Bitcoin's running up in 20% in a week. Let's get In the Game running up 20% in the week as well. Shout out to our sponsors here on In the Game: Vulcan Forged, Ultra, Redato, Dreams Quest, Game Starter, Uncaged, 96.com, NordVPN, Africarare, My Lovely Planet, and our newest sponsor, Funtico. I will go over them more on Friday because they have some really cool stuff. And you want to be here for Friday's show because we're going to be, hinting at some stuff we're going to be giving away to the community. So definitely tune in on Friday. And obviously keep tuning into this one because I woke up this morning and saw the markets and I made this face right here when I was looking at my phone. I was sleepy eye. I was wiping the crusties out of my eye and I saw $60,000 Bitcoin and I absolutely was appalled. And as Becker says, how it started versus how it's going. And that is definitely how the market is going at this point in time. I mean, when we look across the space, the fact that Bitcoin's up 20, Bitcoin is making altcoin style moves, which is absolutely crazy. Like we look at the 24 hours, it's literally like trading at higher percentages than some altcoins. Now, when you go to 7-day, I mean, a 20% move on the 7-day is no slight. That's some good. Bitcoin is, as they would say, as the kids would say, is standing on business, keeping up with these altcoins with the gains on the percentage. So when we look across the board here, like the 24 hours, we see stuff like Superverse, for example. Superverse is absolutely crushing it, up 20%. And we'll talk about that in just a second. But I want to talk about Heroes of Mavia going to build on base. Now, I hinted on last show that they were not going with IMX. And I didn't know who they were going to build with. I was just really speculating because if you looked at their choices, Ronin had seemingly said that they didn't want Heroes of Mavia, although I think it would have just made them the power chain and gaming. AVAX subnets just didn't really fit what they were looking for. IMX, I don't think, had the suite that they were looking for as well. Building on base, Parallel built on base, and they had a heck of a 2023. I think this is a power move, to be completely honest. And I was kind of like taken aback, but I was not too shocked to see that they built on base. And it is a base building game, and I think that's cool, right? The lore, it is a base builder and they are building on base. So the lore is definitely there. Let's take a look at some of the altcoins that are ripping in this market right now. We have Superverse. I mean, up 23% on the week, up 20% on the day. This here comes on the heels of the Superverse announcement that they will be integrating off the grid into the platform. And you guys know, I think off the grid is going to be, when it comes out, I think it's going to be the best Web3 game that we've seen to date, like genuinely speaking. And as you see here, a lot of details. Have Super in your wallets by March 4th to be included in a snapshot for SV codes for the mobile companion game. And you can start earning special off-the-grid gear. So obviously, my wallets are loaded with Super, and they're looking very fat and happy at this point in time. So I have to say I'm super excited about that. And you can see they have like Superverse branded weapons and all that good stuff. So this looks pretty cool. They have the validator NFTs. They're also going to be giving away 30 𝗙𝗙𝗢𝗓 validators. I have some nodes. I think that those are something you definitely should try to get your hands on. So this caused some massive movements in the price, and everything that they're doing, it just, off the grid just looks so quality. So this is what's caused that 24-hour price move of 20% here on Super. And, it's starting to feel like Super is going to start catching up to stuff. Not that it's going to fully pass it, but it feels like it's going to start catching up to the market caps of Beam, of Ronin, of IMX, and if it gets to IMX market cap, we're cooking here in the game, because we got in here very, very low. So if it gets to that market cap, we're going to be looking solid. I'm not sure, but right now with this price action, I am very satisfied with what we're looking at. Gala had a breakout. It's up 47% this week. I think Sheldon called that on one of his shows. So shout out to anyone who took that trade. I'm all right standing. And here's the thing, guys. In this type of a market, things are going to pump that you might not have in your portfolio. I completely exited Gala, and I'm cool with that. There's in crypto in specific, it is a psychological warfare type of game. There will be a coin that 100x's that you miss. It's 100% inevitable. You will not catch every pump in this industry. So do not feel bad if there's a coin that pumps you're not in on. It rotates around. Ultra got us, like an 80% pump the other day after not pumping for quite a while. So these things come around, and I wouldn't be too concerned about that. Champs, this is one we've been calling out. It's up 15% for the day and up 52% for the month. People in their ecosystem are just doing random draws and winning, $333 worth of Ethereum, which is pretty cool to see. And, their game is actually fun, lively. They have a well-balanced ecosystem. So this is one of my favorite low cap games that could really do some numbers in a full-blown altcoin season. We have Altura once again. I'm kind of looping it in that infrastructure stack as well. They just partnered up with Superverse. I'm hearing rumblings on the back end that they could be partnering with more of these top protocols. It's up 23% this week and also up 87% on the month. We caught this one at the lows at 2.5 cents, and I kept pounding my fist to accumulate this thing when it dipped back into the 6-cent ranges. Where was that at? Right here. Yeah, just 10 days ago. It doesn't feel like that because the market has moved so much. It does not feel like it was that soon ago. But yeah, this thing was, 6 cents on the 17th. So this is a crazy move we've seen here from Altura. We have Winter Protocol, which I have to say I'm super happy with their recent update here. If we take a look, we see Winter Protocol is getting on their first centralized exchange. Now, this is big because GambleFi tokens have had an issue getting listed because of regulatory issues. Mexi is accepting Winter onto their platform. So we see here it will be listed tomorrow, and they say to buckle up. So we'll see what kind of movement that brings for the price. One I do want to talk about, as obviously there's been a lot of comments about this one. And first of all, let's just talk about this because I have this pulled up. BoxBet just keeps ripping. This is up, if we look at the year, it's up about 400% since we called this out here at about, 3.5, 4 cents. But when we look at their recent update, they are burning so much supply. Eventually there's going to be nothing left for anyone to have a piece of, which is so bullish. So anyone who got in on here should be killing it. The final burn tally is in. They burned 1.03% of their max supply. So, this is fantastic. I'm very, very bullish on GambleFi, but also what BoxBet is doing by making their token basically deflationary by force. They're just completely taking away the supply, and they want to eventually push this thing to where there's no supply left to be bought, basically. And then we see some big moves on the charts. Playable games, obviously, I'm a huge fan of what they're doing over there. We see a lot of projects also making moves, but one I wanted to focus on quickly is Sidus and Senate. So I know a lot of people a little upset that Senate isn't more incorporated in the Launchpad and that Sidus is the token that you have to stake. But it does make a little bit of sense. Sidus is more accessible because it's cheaper on price. So they can set the tiers in a way where people hold more tokens of Sidus to be able to get into the Launchpad. But the one thing that people should be rest assured on is the team in their Discord has been saying over and over again that Senate will have its day in the sun. So if you're in on this and it's quite down, you have only two choices. You could rotate it out to another altcoin and try to pick up some steam on one, or you can let this play out. And like they say, 𝗔𝗏 will have its day in the sun. And honestly, I think this dip is not justified. Like 32%. And I know I'm not the only one bullish on 𝗔𝗏. I know Kyle Chassis likes 𝗔𝗏. I know a lot of people out there like 𝗔𝗏 as an undervalued play in this ecosystem. But unfortunately, the Launchpad announcement kind of took a little bit of the shine away. But that shine will come back. And I think that 𝗔𝗏 will have its day. So anyone holding it, I don't think you should be worried too much. As we see here, the Sidus pad staking is open. I am so bullish on what they're doing over there. One of the few projects from the last cycle that is still in my portfolio that I'm still riding with, that like they're just completely pushing out quality. So I'm not too worried about it. I know they're going to get some good deal flow. So Sidus is the one you stake. 𝗔𝗏 is the one that governs the launches. And I think 𝗔𝗏 will make a massive comeback. It's just really a matter of time. And it is disappointing to see in the short term that the price action is what it is, but we can't do anything about it. And if you sell out of it at this market cap, I think that's kind of a losing proposition. It's like a $10 million market cap right now. That's just the way I would play it. I would keep my 𝗔𝗏. I would not rotate it out. Every coin is going to have its time. And when people see that Sidus is this market cap and 𝗔𝗏 is a 10 million market cap, people are really going to pounce on that. So let's take a look at the 24 hours. What's getting beat up? What is potentially a good buy today? I think 𝗔𝗏's a fantastic buy. When you see a 30% drop over a week, that's something I'm going to eat up. So I think 𝗔𝗏's a fantastic buy. I think Based had a huge run yesterday and then just completely came back down. So clearly some profit taking up here at this level. Based is probably my favorite GambleFi platform out there. I think Mixmob is still cheap at a $13 million market cap. Virtue Poker, I think, is a good position. I genuinely think Pixels is still in that consolidation phase. I think Pixels could make a run, especially if that money comes into altcoins. Brand new altcoin, shiny object. People could rotate that money down and hit Pixel. I do think, market cap's high, but I think it has a lot of potential still at the same time. And then I'd be looking at dubs. I think that Wombat is a fantastic position as well. AFG, this is underrated. The market caps are a little, far apart, and that's going to be a problem. There's going to be a lot of unlocks coming across here. They did just announce their play to mint campaign, which could bring some sentiment back into the game. And here's the thing. I do think Army of Fortune will get over the FUD that they caught at their launch. It is a quality ecosystem, quality project. So we will see what happens here. My only concern would be the dilution, but at this market cap at 3 million with the low circulating supply, this could be a nice swing if the market does catch on and gaming does continue being hot. Now, I think gaming is going to continue being hot, right? We see Portal going live tomorrow. Like, oh gosh, this is going to dictate where how the market goes in the gaming side. If Portal launches at an absurd valuation and there's just so much liquidity in this market, I mean, we're going to see other gaming altcoins get a lot of money flow just because of this. So I'm looking forward to Portal. We will definitely update you on the Friday show exactly what we see from this launch. So keep your eyes on that. We have Aether Games TGE. So this is also there are new coins coming to the market that you can try to take advantage of. All your opportunities are not passed with all these altcoins in gaming. Once again, I'm not buying a whole lot right now, but I understand there's new people coming into this market. So there are cheap entries out there, but at the same time, I'm more preparing for these new entries into the market. Stuff like Portal, stuff like Aether Games. We have Vendetta Games. This one, really quality game. And we actually did a raise for them in Nexus, one of my NFT projects and software products. We did a fundraise for them. They have their IDOs going live today. This game looks awesome. Western style, as they say, reinventing the blockchain gaming through Wild West adventures, an ecosystem with a score to settle. So this is one I'm also looking forward to, their TGE. We have Blast coming to the market, which, I mean, if you're not excited for Blast and you don't see the potential of 2 billion in TVL on one chain, then I don't know what to tell you. I think Blast narrative is going to absolutely crush. And then last but not least, we have 𝗏𝗡𝗅. Arcade's token is going to be going live here sometime in March. I actually interviewed the founder this week, so we will post that video up. maybe tomorrow. So we will see. I did go ahead and, I mean, there's a lot of alpha in there and some cool stuff that we're doing for the community as well. And then to close up, let's just talk about some sponsors really quickly. We see Vulcan Forge with their first exchange listing for lava. And it's key for lava, not Peer. Peer is pretty much listed everywhere, which is awesome. But Elysium and Lava are coming to the Bitmart exchange. So Lava is the second token in the ecosystem. Very bullish for Vulcan, and their price action has been looking slow and steady, which you like to see the steady growth. So I love Vulcan Forge and everything they're doing. We see GameStarter, one of their recent IDOs here, 600% since, it hit a 600% at all-time high, integrating with Sandbox. And honestly, this is another token in the market that hasn't moved much. I'm very bullish on GameStarter at this point in time. So shout out to GameStarter. We have Africarare. I mentioned on last show, by the time we're live now, this is going to be less than 24 hours until their token launch. And I had the pleasure to speak with one of the guys in charge over there today, and they have a lot in store, and they're doing a whole lot as far as the metaverse, as far as, kind of like, as they say here, getting deep into the heritage of Africa. And they have a lot of different things going on here in this ecosystem. Quality partners, they have their land plots, they have interactive experiences that you can jump into as well. Very bullish on what they're doing. And they're going to be listing on Mexi and a couple other exchanges whenever they go live. So this 𝗔𝗢𝗥𝗚 token does go live the same day that Portal does. So we will definitely gauge that. And but not least, there's always compromises, and Bitcoin's getting to a place where we're literally approaching all-time highs. Isn't that crazy? What the heck is going on in this freaking market right now? I'll just go back, and obviously the price might change by the time this video gets out there as I am recording, but $61,000 Bitcoin. Like, who would have thought? Who would have thought February, just a couple months later, this run really started like September, October, and here we are, a few $1,000s away from all-time highs in Bitcoin. And it's funny, yesterday I told someone that I was in crypto, and he said, it was a great day for you because it was 57K. Now it's 61K. Like, what the heck is happening? But the point being, security risks are always out there, guys. Be sure to stay secure, keep your stuff private, use a VPN. You can literally get huge savings, 30-day money-back guarantee, and 4 extra months down below, NordVPN. So just to wrap it up, guys, like, I am extremely bullish, and I am happy to say we were bullish when people were completely bearish. We were telling you guys that the sell the news crap on the ETF was so overblown as we had the halving right after. Now we're seeing changes in the rates that are really affecting the Bitcoin price. On top of that, like, just it's every single catalyst you can imagine is happening right now. And I am more bullish than I have ever been on the gaming markets with quality products like Pixel off the grid. We have Portal coming to market. We have Mavia out there crushing it. A lot of quality TGEs coming. So guys, hold those positions. I think altcoin season is imminent. We will see once we eclipse these all-time highs, especially. Like, I'm excited to see where these coins go. Guys, like the video, subscribe. Like I said, I think we'll have our interview tomorrow out with the guys from Arcade. And then Friday, we will update you on the biggest TGE of the year so far, which is Portal. As always, like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all then. Play well, my friends.